Hello, everyone. Today's topic is, do you have those days when things just seem hard? Or do you have a son or daughter who is struggling with something at school and it's just really, really hard and that's causing them to get frustrated with things? Let's talk about tonight how to build that resilience and what are three quick strategies that you can use to help build their toolbox. So my name is Stephanie Paincho. Let me know if you're catching this hashtag live or hashtag replay. And let me know, do you ever have days when things are just harder, or do your kids have days when it's just too hard, or I'm just not sure what to do next? Today I'm coming at you a little bit later. It was a very busy day, exciting day. It was a day that I've been counting down to for a long time. It was vaccination day, which is pretty exciting for me. So that was sort of feeling like the first step towards returning to hopefully a somewhat more normal life and getting to see more family and friends, hopefully not too many months into the future. So yay for vaccination day. And then my daughter had a couple different activities at school, and then we were studying for science exams. So I was learning all about the principles of flight and lift and thrust and drag and gravity. So that's what my evening was been made up of. And it was also mail day. So there was a few lives that I needed to do to share with some of my customers. If you're curious about what's inside here and what this is, give me a shout and I can direct you into where I was doing the live unboxing of the brand new products. So let's get back to, what do you do when you have a hard day? And so the first thing we need to talk about, and we've been talking about in the Wellness Wednesday series, is resilience. And so today, or I often talk a lot about Super Better, but today I found a different article by Kendra Cherry and reviewed by David Sussman. And this one talks about, again, what resilience is and three quick strategies that you can use. So resilience is what gives people the psychological strength to cope with stress and hardship. And the good news about resilience is that we can build that up, and with practice we can add strategies to our toolbox that help to make us more resilient and have more strategies that we can pick from when we encounter those hard days or those harder situations. So people with this mental resilience are able to call on it in times of need, when they need to carry themselves through things without getting more stressed out. So it's a way to help manage that. And psychologists believe, the article says, that resilient individuals are better able to handle adversity and rebuild their lives after a struggle. And the great news is, we know from Super Better, is that there not only is post-traumatic stress, but there is also post-traumatic growth. And if we can work on our resilience strategies after periods of trauma, which, you know, we could talk about COVID being a 13-month long type of extended trauma that everyone has been through, there are ways to come out of that and grow and recover quickly and become stronger and a more resilient person, even after a long period of time. So being being resilient doesn't mean that people experience less stress or less grief or less negative things that happen in their life. What it means is that they have healthy coping skills, and they have a strategy, or they have a toolbox full of strategies that they can use and choose from that helps them to rebound or become more resilient after they deal with some more negative things. So it fosters growth and builds strength. And so what does resilience provide? It gives us a way to deal with setbacks. It gives us a way to deal with negative situations and flip those into situations where we can learn from them, we can grow, we become stronger individuals from it. Not that it makes those situations necessarily less stressful or, you know, feel any less grief or be less upset about it, but there are ways that we can not get stuck in that negative loop, and we can get out of that cycle faster and move forward in our life more quickly. So again, we still experience those negative emotions that come with different things that happen, but the mental outlook that we have allows them to work through these feelings and recover faster. So think of some of these ideas that you can use with your kids, you can use for yourself, and let's look at social support. So in Super Better, it talks about finding your allies, and it turns out that if you have a good social support network, so if you have close friends that you can talk to, family members that you can talk to, just being able to talk to other people allows you to work through some of that stress and the anxiety that you have, and it can help you cope better during times of stress and different tragedies. So mentally strong people tend to have the support of family and friends who help bolster them through those struggling or those tougher times. So what's three quick strategies that we can use? Number one is reframing your thoughts. So resilient people are able to look at negative situations fairly realistically, and they look for ways, or their strategy to attack those situations is to look for ways that they can tackle the problem and make changes that will help. So they look for small things. What are some quick wins that we could do? What are some small pieces of that bigger problem that we could challenge or take on? So how can you reframe it into smaller bits that you can tackle more easily? The other part of reframing is to focus more on the positive. What are some of those things that we can learn from? How can this become an opportunity so we get out of that negative mindset and we move forward more quickly? So again, anytime there's a challenging situation, you can reframe your thoughts and look at these events as opportunities to challenge yourself to get a little bit better. So again, it could be, this topic is harder to learn, so I need to learn some new skills or study strategies that will make me stronger at that. So you can reframe that, and instead of saying, I'm stuck in this, or this is really hard and I don't know what to do and I can't do that, we look at it and say, it is hard. I don't know how to do it yet, but I can figure it out. I can phone a friend and I can ask for some help. I can, look on YouTube. I can look it up online. I can reach out and talk to someone about it. So you can reframe your thoughts. So what I led into there was the second strategy. Number 2 is seek support. So reach out when you're going through a tougher time and talk to a supportive friend or colleague. That conversation is going to help you just express what you're feeling, and just talking about that doesn't make it go away, but it does help to lighten the load. And sometimes you just see things from a different perspective, or someone says something and you think, oh, I hadn't even thought of it that way. And it just helps you to get out of that negative loop. So it also helps you to know you always have people in your network that are supporting you, that care about you, and just knowing that makes a huge difference. So that is strategy number 2, is to seek support. Number 3 is focus on what you can control. So it's important when we're feeling like things are out of control and we just don't know how to handle the situation, as we look at those things that we do actually have control over. So try focusing on the things that you can impact directly. So what in this situation can I actually change? Is it the time of day that I show up for something? Is it how I'm able to show up for that? Is it the strategy that I use for that? Is it being more prepared, or, looking things up in advance and making sure that I arrive with a plan before I get there? Or in that moment, I know that these are my options of how I can respond. So if you're dealing with a child that is struggling with this as well, just helping them talk about their situation and helping them make a plan, helping them think through what are some different ways that I can deal with it, or helping them recognize that sometimes things are hard, and that's okay. Sometimes we learn things that we're just not sure about, or we're struggling with, and we thought they should be easier than they are. And it's okay that we find it difficult. That's how we learn. If everything's easy, then we're probably not stepping outside of our comfort zone and really challenging ourselves to learn new things. But we have to flip that mindset that if I don't get it right, that's just as important as if I do get it right all the time, because I'm developing problem-solving skills and I'm looking at how I can see things from different perspectives. So focus on the things that you can control. Sometimes seeking out that support from others just helps you to find those pieces of the puzzle that really you can focus on and that you can have a positive impact on. People who are resilient also have healthy ways to deal with stress. So let me know in the comments, what are some of the ways that you deal with stress? Is it getting outside and going for a walk? Is it sitting down with your pet? Is it unwinding at the end of the day by watching your favorite Netflix show? So let me know in the comments, what are your ways to deal with stress? And if you found this helpful, drop me a comment or shoot me a message. And if you have any questions about some of the strategies, I'm more than happy to share the article with you. And for sure, let me know if you're curious about what's in here, and for sure, if you're wondering what's in this and what do you use it for. So I look forward to hearing from you. Drop me a comment if you have any questions or some strategies that you could use for helping deal with stress. And again, I hope you enjoyed the 3 tips for becoming more resilient. This has been Wellness Wednesday with Stephanie, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care, everyone. Have a good week.